Hey folks, Justin from Tackle Tactics. I've just finished editing how to fish river and estuary flats. So it's ended up a bit of an epic, about 30 minutes long, so you better grab yourself a drink and some popcorn and kick back. I've left the length in this video because I think there's loads and loads of info in there. It's a comprehensive guide to the gear, you know, the rigging, the fishing, the retrieves, positioning, what am I looking for when I'm out there. So hopefully there's loads and loads of info in here that helps you to get out there and find some fish on your local flats. Also stay tuned for a video that will go with this one, and that's called River and Estuary Flat Fishing Kit. And it basically breaks down the kit that I carry in my kayak when I'm fishing the river and estuary flats. So basically the gear that I use to get stuck into a few fish when I'm out there. A bunch of stuff that was in this video, but also some other stuff that I carry with me and why I carry it with me. Anyway, there you go. Sit back. I hope you enjoy how to fish the river and estuary flats, and I hope it helps you get stuck into a few. All the best with the fishing. Cheers. Out on the flats, looking to chase a few brim. Absolutely magic morning out here. Absolutely beautiful. So basically, I'm throwing this guy, 2.5 inch slim swims. I really like the midnight oil or the motor oil colors, and I've got this on a DemonZ jighead, TT Lures DemonZ, in a 1/4 ounce 1/0, and this is in the green. The golden boy and the green are my favorite, teamed up with a motor oil or a midnight oil plastic. So basically I'm just drifting the flats. I'm looking for any action from fish, brim, stirring up bait on the surface. So if I see a prawn flick or some bait flick, I definitely get a cast in there. Otherwise I'm pretty much just scouring the flats here. So I'm just throwing lots of long casts and I'm just slow rolling that plastic back in. So I'm only fishing, say, 1 meter to 1.5 meters, and a lot of people would say 1/4 ounce in a meter of water is too heavy, but for me, especially on still calm conditions like this, I need to get a long cast away from the kayak, so I don't want to be spooking the fish. So it enables me to throw a really nice long cast, then all I do is I get straight into it. So I'll give it a couple of flicks and then I'll just roll it back. If you want to, if you know, you can mix up the retrieve, you can speed it up a bit, you can slow it down a bit. You can give it a few flicks if you want to, but a lot of the time I'll just throw a big long cast, give it 2 quick flicks to alert any fish in the area that there's something there, you know, get that bit of activity happening, and then I'll just slow roll it back. And if a fish bites it, I just keep on winding and the fish will eat its way onto the lure. A little bit of disturbance over there, so I'll give it a couple of flicks, which can often get the fish interested, and then I'll just roll it back and I'll let the fish follow the lure until they decide they want to eat it. So pretty simple stuff, but I'm basically fishing a flat that there is no water on this flat when the tide's out. When the tide's in, you've got anywhere from a meter, around a meter to around 1.5 meters. A lot of it's around that 1.2 meters, which is awesome for brim. You know, why are the brim up on this flat? They're up on here because they want to feed. So that suits me fine. They're generally fairly aggressive. So I'll just work this flat and I'll let those brim find this lure and eat it. They can't get up here when the tide's out. It's out of the water, so there's lots of yabbies and crabs and prawns and all sorts of stuff up on these sand flats and weed flats. So once that water's up on there, they're straight up here to try and get a feed. So I generally like to fish the last couple of hours of the run in, first hour or two of the run out when I'm fishing these shallow flats, and I'm generally retrieving my plastic sort of mid-water. So I'm definitely not on the bottom. If I slow down a bit, I can feel it bump the weed and that sort of thing. So I know that I'm down around where I need to be, but I just want it up off the bottom a little bit. And you'll still get flathead, you'll get trevally, tailor, yellowtail pike, all sorts of other species that will eat that plastic as well as it's just swimming along. All right, enough chat, let's get a fish. Oh, yep, there we go. There we go. Oh, hey. That's just a little trevally. Hey, he's angry. At times, these guys often come in here in the cooler months. Fringe fin trevally. Oh, they're a good fiery little fish. They don't grow massive. I think they top out at about 40 centimeters or something. Most of them are the caught around that 25 centimeter mark. They're great fun on light gear, but man, they got a slime coat on them that just stinks.
Oh, he doesn't have the long fins. He might be a different animal. Put him back in anyway. That little bait fish, everything loves eating this little bait fish. That's for sure. So there you go, a bit of fun to start. Up on the flat here. I might move over on the weed a little bit more soon, I think. See how we go. Oh, there's some slime on my reel handle. Yeah, once you find those guys, if you want to catch a few of them, you often can because they school up. If you don't want to catch them, you might have to move a bit. What an amazing day. Dead set, even if you didn't catch a fish, it's still a beautiful day. We've already got a stinker on the board though. Let's see if we can get a brim bait. Oh, more bait flicking over there. Alright, we're in amongst a little bit of bait. Big dugong up again. Here we go, here's a few taps. Yep. We're solid. I'd say that's just a stinker. He's cutting through the water. They are good fun. Cranky. Oh, cranky. They are angry little blokes, that's for sure. Come here. That one's got a bit more fin action going on there. I don't know if you noticed that I changed that twitchier retrieve. Gave it a few more twitches and these guys love that. I'm not really trying to chase them though, we're trying to catch a brim. But if it gets a bit quiet, you can always twitch it up a bit, see what other species are around. He's hooked pretty solid, that one. You can see those fins on that guy. Much more pronounced than on that first one that I got. It's a fringe fin trevally, I believe. Just a slow roll. Not super slow. Got to keep that 1/4 ounce up off the bottom, so I'll keep it moving. I don't mind retrieving fairly quickly, you know, up on these flats. The fish aren't here for a holiday, they're here to feed. So they don't mind hunting it down a bit, chasing it down. There we go, dugong in the background there. Yep, there's a fish on. Feels like another stinker. Little one by the feel. Oh, little flatty. I actually was mucking around there and that fell to the bottom. Sunk to the bottom and old mate Flathead grabbed it. So that's pretty cool. Watch the spikes on these guys. Definitely want to watch those spikes. I generally grab them. You see they got 2 sets of fins. They got spikes here and spikes on the back of their head. If I hold them between those 2 sets of fins, his spikes can't get me, and that allows me to, whoop, but you got to be careful, especially with these little blokes. We don't respect the little blokes enough a lot of the time and they'll just whack you. Alright, bait over this way as well. Just a matter of time till we get that clunk of brim, I reckon. Oh, there's a dugong. We weren't planning on getting that close. I don't want one of them to come up underneath me, that's for sure. We all know about it. Well, there you go, folks. There is a beautiful close encounter with a dugong. Where's it going to come up next? There's its mate over there. We definitely don't want to be getting in the way of these big fellas. A lot of bait here. Yep. That's better. That's better. Oh, I took that nicely. I'm just fishing a 2 to 4 kilo Okuma Cerros. Perfect for this sort of stuff. Doesn't feel like a big brim boat. I don't know. Feels pretty solid though. Oh yeah, it's a nice brim. Nice brim. Might put the net under him, I think. Try and get you out of it. Try and turn you around here so you're not getting so much sun. So this is just that 2.5 inch slim swims getting rolled. Basically up on the flats and that here. I just fish a 2 to 4 kilo Okuma Cerros rod. Beautiful rod, awesome value for money. 30 ton Torre carbon blank, so really sensitive, cast really nice. Not expensive, which is great. And I've got an Epixor, little Epixor 20 reel, which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I just spool it with, you know, 6, 8, 10 pound braid, whichever you prefer. I often fish a lot of 10 pound because then I can use it for flathead and brim and that sort of thing. So he's not a bad one. Good solid take. More activity over there. There you go. Not a monster. Not a monster by any standards, but definitely a decent brim. Ate that paddle tail. 2 to 4 kilo, 7 foot Okuma Cerros rod, a Epixor 20 reel loaded with probably 10 pound braid. I like to fish 10 pound, more versatile, can catch flathead and brim and all that sort of thing. I know lots of guys like to fish light, but 6, 8, 10 pound and you're fine. So there you go, that's a nice handful of brim. We will put him back in the water. Not a monster, as I said. Chuck him on the ruler here, which is stuck on the side there. 29 forker on the ruler, 29 forker, so comp guys will probably be happy with that one. Put him back, get another E. Oh, I could feel that one looking at it. You just definitely get a gut feel for it after a while. I could feel there was one behind that. I'll get his mate here. I reckon there's a bigger one over to the right here a little bit. Come on, where are you? I know you're there. I can feel it. Come on. Cheeky little bugger. You know what I need to do? That if you're getting the rattles but they're not super solid rattles, you need to bang a bit more scent on there. It's amazing how many times you put a little bit more scent on and boom, fish on. I just put a little bit each side of the placky and I just slide it right down to his tail. Alright, let's go again. Scent it up, buckle up. Nice long cast. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, we put that scent on and that was enough to get him to eat it. Solid. That was a good take. He's not a bad brimbo. Oh, that was good fun. How's that? I had that, I could feel one following, I just sensed it, and then I had that short tap. And that short tap, as soon as I changed it over, got that scent on there. Come on, come around here so I'm not looking into the sun. Doesn't want to play the game. Bring it back around this way. Come here, buddy. He's another decent brim. Not monsters, but good fun size. How's that? As soon as we first cast after putting the scent on, and boom, he ate it. That's brilliant. That's why, you know, a lot of people say, does scent make a difference? Does scent make a difference? Yep, it does. Especially today, it's really flat and clear. So they like clear conditions, so they can see really well. So you want to give yourself every chance you've got of getting them to eat it. So little beast, hey, beautiful. Quarter 1-0 with that slimmy. Not a monster again, probably same sort of size. Put him on the ruler and have a look. He is a little bit smaller. 27 forker, so a bit smaller than that other one. Still awesome fun. Brim fish in the flats, just rolling those ZMan 2.5 inch slimmies. Awesome. Oh, there's some bait in front of me. Ooh, he's up. There you go. I've only travelled probably 50 metres and I'm back up onto some bait here. So I'll just stop us here, see if there's anything eating it. Oh yeah, there's some taps. Yep, there we go. Oh, that feels good. So there you go. Well, it might just be a stinker. There you go though. We weren't feeling it. The bait had dropped off. So we've come looking for some bait. Paddled about 50 metres along the edge that I'm fishing. And found our bait, found our fish. Feels alright, I think. It's probably just a trev, but it's... Oh no, it's a stonker. Oh, is it a grunter? Or is it a brimbo? No, it's a solid brim. That's what we're looking for. Come on, buddy. Where you going? Don't take me around in the sun. I want to be able to see you. Come over here. That's a nice brimbo. Came back to where we found some bait and clunk. Big brim. Come on, mate. He's a nice one. Oh, that was a great run. What an awesome fish. So there you go. Find the bait, find the fish. We paddled away from, we drifted away from the bait. Then we came back, found some bait, found a fish. What's he gonna measure? So he is a 34 tipper, bit over 30 to the fork. So nice brim, nice solid fish. Might get a couple of photos with that fella, I think. Alrighty, here we go. Yep. Nailed it. Whoa, cranky. Oh, angry. That is an angry fish. That ate it close to the yak, that one. Another nice brim. Not a giant, but a goodie. How's that? Paddle back to the bait. Boom, fish on. Find the bait, find the fish. Yep. Oh no, that was weed, I think. Oh no, that was a fish. That's something someone else told me as well. Strikes are free. Now I don't, as I say, I don't strike, I just wind, let them eat their way on. But if you're fishing deep water or something, around bait and structure and whatever, and you feel like you're getting a fish bite, whack it. Oh no, don't knock me Pepsi over. We almost had a disaster. Oh, he's a solid little fella. Solid fringe fin. Let me get a photo of him. He's beautiful. Look at that creature. Check out those fins. That thing is wild. What a cool fish. That was a good fight. Let's put a little bit more scent on. I don't know how many casts that is. I normally say put it on every 30 casts or something. If it's quiet, you might want to chuck it on a little bit more. I just put, you know, I'm only putting a little squirt each side. Bottle will last for yonks. I'd rather, you know, carry a few different flavours. So for me, I'm putting sardine pilchard on at the moment. It's a favourite. Sardine pillies, good flavour. Mullet is another favourite. Bloody tuna, inshore saltwater. Lots of good flavours. Lots of people like shrimp. Cool thing with that Procure, I mean, good bottle. That's sardine pilchard. Lots and lots of waffle on here, but basically it's real ground bait in this bottle, and it's mixed with powerful amino acids, bite stimulants, UV enhancement. You know, it's got the laboratory stuff, but it's also got the real ground dead stuff, which I think's probably why it's probably the #1 scent out there, because it's not just laboratory stuff, and it's not just bait stuff, and it's not water based, so it doesn't wash off quick. It's gel based, so you know, I wipe it on my pants. End of the day, you can still smell it on there. Even your lure, you know, leave it on your lure, come back to it to use your lure again. It still smells like it. It's good gear. Flick, flick, wind, fish. Whoa. Whoa. Yep, flick, flick, wind, fish. Ooh, it's an angry one, but I don't think it's a big one. You can see it bouncing that rod tip. I'll give it a pause. Give it a hop. See if we can get it to eat. Yeah, yep, there we go. What do we got there? Whoa, angry. Oh, fired up. Another brimbo. This 2 to 4 kilo Cerros is the best. Awesome rod. Another brimbo. Not a monster. Mm, 26 tipper. So just make a tournament bag. Not a monster, but good fun. Love catching these guys on skinny water flats. Chucking back in the drink. I'll fish lots of different flats in my area. Sometimes they're on one, sometimes they're on another. You'll often find you just have to try a couple of flats until you find them, or move along a flat. But basically I'm looking for a weed bed that's out of the water at low tide. I fish it on a tide when it's got a metre or so above it, at least a metre of water, and I get up on top of that weed flat last 2 hours of the run in, first 2 hours of the run out, and I'll basically just cast, hop and roll these plastics across the flat, and you will catch tailor, trevally, queenfish, depending on your region, grunter, brim, flathead, tailor, pike, everything, all sorts of stuff. Probably said the same fish a couple of times there, but that doesn't matter. It's just a really productive, fun way to catch fish. Just cover ground, well, cover water, find some bait or some active fish. Just slow roll that slim swims. If you want to give it a pause and a hop every now and then. Tide's turning, there's a slight ripple on the water now. Often the case, tide will turn and the wind will change, so we've caught half a dozen brim, a few trevally and a little flatty. Haven't been out here for that long. Oh, there's another rattle. Oh, there's 2 dugong. That is awesome. I really hope you got to capture that. That is amazing. Don't run into me though, you big bum nuts. Seriously. Bloody hell, there's another one. Awesome animals, but I don't want to ride one. Oh crap, I can see it just there. Don't you come up under me, you big bugger. Where are you going? I might have to just let them know I'm here. This is my kit in this bag here. Everything is in here for a flat session. I'll give you a chat through on this pack a bit later. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to put the midnight oil on, my other favourite. Get that little bit of sparkle happening. probably fish midnight oil. That's the midnight oil there, the motor oil with the flak. I'll probably fish the midnight oil a bit more than the motor oil nowadays. Massive motor oil fan, but especially in that sun, that glitter in the midnight oil really catches the light and gives a real nice natural scale pattern sort of flash. Alright, where's my jig head? Yeah, there we go. There he is. I knew he was there. Beautiful. Oh, it's a nice flatfish. Oh yeah, that is beautiful flatfish. Stay on there, buddy. Stay on there. Stay on there because you're dinner. That is a nice flatty. I think he's hooked reasonably well, fingers crossed. Oh yeah, that's a nice flatfish. As I was saying, when you're fishing the flats like this, anything can happen. You know, you might get tailor, grunter, trevs, all sorts of things. Or you might get a nice flatfish in the net. Oh, stay in there, buddy, stay in there, stay in there, stay in there. I don't know if you just saw that lure fly up, but I did. Whoa, got the lip grips on him. A nice size flatty for dinner. My wife Sherry will be stoked. She loves a flatty for dinner. I just haven't put a measure on him. Oops. So there's, where are we at? 40, about there, 40, maybe around 52. So for me personally, I will keep a flatty between mid 40s, mid 50s. I try to keep them under 50 centimeters. If they get much bigger than mid 50s, I generally chuck them back because they are the breeders, and I like flatties and I like to see them continue to populate. All right, I'm going to take a photo of this fella, a couple of photos. Hopefully not drop him in the drink. This one is going in the ice box. There you go, nice flatfish. Beautiful flatty. Why do they do this? Probably too close. Ready? Flatty for dinner, you beauty. All right, we just landed that nice flatty. So after landing a flathead, one thing we definitely want to do is check our leader. How is our leader? Not too bad. So our leader's pretty good. Change to that midnight oil from the motor oil. Boom, nice flatty. Happy with that. Both those colours, absolute dynamite. I mean, there's heaps of other colours I love out on the flats here as well. You know, in the SwimZ, baby bass, when the gar are around especially, is a good colour. Electric chicken's always a good colour. Pink glow's a good colour. Bad shad if the water's really clear. You know, you can't go wrong. There's a stack of good colours in those SwimZ. So we're back on the slow roll. So just slow wind, slow wind. Give it a flick. You know, every now and then if you want to give it a flick, that's fine. Mix it up until you find what the fish want. Long cast on that 1/4 ounce 1/0. Couple of flicks, and then I'll often just slow roll, just a straight slow wind. You can see it's not super slow. I've only got a 20 size reel though, so if you've got a bigger reel, it's probably going to wind line quicker. So just be conscious of that as well, and just set yourself up so you're going at a speed you're happy with. If it's not too weedy on the bottom, you might give it a pause, give it a hop. If it's real weedy, you want to just keep it moving. You can give it a shake while you're winding if you want to, just to add some action in there as well. And back it all the way to the yak. The fish might eat it right at the kayak. Sometimes when you land, if you're fishing really shallow, the jig head will spear straight down to the bottom and into the weed or mud. So that initial shake, my original thing is when I fish really shallow water, I'll cast it out and then I'll give it that initial two hops and a bit of a shake just to rip it out of the weed or the mud if it's dived straight in and got stuck in there, and that normally shakes the weed or mud off, so you're not retrieving the whole retrieve with a bit of weed stuck on your hook. So it's just my thing. And also what else, the other thing you can do, so I'll throw a long cast here. Now if that had speared straight down into the mud, I'll give it a shake, get it out of the mud and weed, then I'll just slow roll it. I'm above the weed. If it's deeper, you can just drop your rod tip down and retrieve the same speed. If it's shallower, you can lift your rod tip up to get that lure to swim up above the weed. So don't forget, you can use your rod to regulate where your lure is going to swim a bit in the water column as well. The other thing you can do is you can use your speed. So speed it up if you want it to come up a bit, slow it down if you want it to fall deeper in the water column. Just about finding what the fish want, really. Oh, this little Cerros 2 to 4 kilo is an awesome rod. Come on, Trev. Come on, Trev. That's a cool looking fish. Where's he going? Where's he going? Come on, buddy. In you come. In you come, mate. He doesn't want to go on the net, does he? Oh, they're stubborn, these guys. In the net. That is awesome. Alrighty. So there we go. We just changed flat because the brim were on, definitely on the run-in tide on that flat. Once that tide turned, the bite just absolutely stopped. So we came across to a different flat, a wind-blown flat. Bit, you know, it's still a weedy, rocky sort of flat, but yeah, we came across to a different looking flat. Okay, there we go. Nice little Trev, turbo Trev on that 2.5 inch slim swims again, 1/4 ounce 1/0 TT Lures DemonZ. Perfect setup for just spinning lures, slow rolling lures across the flats. Everything eats it. And he's away. That's beautiful.